how do you feel about a book that takes you on an emotional roller coaster and may or may not have a love triangle? If that sounds good, you should check out Beautiful Graves by L.J Shen. I gave this one 4 stars and 2 on the spice meter, and what you're going to come to expect in this book is some serious angst, family problems, mental illness, and even death. So some of my thoughts on this book are, this one takes you on an emotional roller coaster. And I'm not just talking sad. Like, at one point, I was throwing my kitchen towels across my kitchen and one landed in the dog water because I was so mad at the female main character. I was like, oh, I'll read while my stuff is in the oven. And not a good idea. After the kitchen towel explosion of 2024, I paced instead. I was so mad. Instead, I would set my book down and I would pace in my kitchen and complain about the female main character's life choices. So I was doing the audio while I was reading too. So I would have to pause the audio on my phone and set the book down whenever I would get frustrated. And at one point I set my book down so hard, I had to actually pick my book back up and make sure I didn't crack my spine. So when I tell you it brings out all the emotions on that emotional roller coaster, I am dead serious, friends. It is bringing out all the emotions on that emotional roller coaster. Anywho, moving on. The story is super good and it is really touching. There is lots of shock factors, even though I kind of did see one coming. The romance and the plot are actually really good. The book is not quite as spicy as I thought it was going to be, but I was actually okay with that. Really, the only thing that held me back on this book was the female main character, and her and I just were not meant to see eye to eye. This one is a contemporary romance, and I'm going to go ahead and give you a quick overview of the book so you can decide whether you want to read it or not. Ever tries to move on with her life after having a passionate one-night stand with Joe, but she can't. After meeting Dom, Ever feels like she just might be okay. That is until she gets the surprise of her life that changes everything. This book was good. Even though I got frustrated a lot, I still really enjoyed this book. And I liked it, and I think you just might too.